Hi, this is Janai Moorhead from Foundation Consultants, and this week's mini training is what comes first. One of the questions I always get asked is, what should I be concentrating on when I start my nonprofit? Well, the first one is find a mentor, and this comes from a list of about 30 things that I give my business startups, whether they be nonprofits or entrepreneurs, is finding a mentor. And the reason that finding a mentor is so important is because a mentor has been through things that you have not. And hopefully, by mentoring you and giving you wisdom and guidance, that they will at least help you not to make the same mistakes that they possibly have made. So finding a mentor is at the top of my list personally, and it's also at the top of the list that I do give my students. Now, as a nonprofit, there are lots of decisions that you have to make, and I can imagine that you might be asking yourself, well, what about fundraising? What about the website? Because you need a website to collect some of those donations sometimes. What about outreach? I have to serve. And what about my mission? And donors are super important. And then you have daily operations. And again, serving that mission, whether you're in human resources or environment, or perhaps you work with pets and animals, you have to serve your constituents. And so sometimes all of these can be overwhelming. I don't want you to stress, because it's really, really important not to stress on a bunch of things, but take your time, take a deep breath, and dive into what's important. So I came up with a list of 3 things that I think are extremely important. Number 1, your mission, because that is your purpose and your why you're doing this. And also your donors are important. And what's important with your donors is building relationships toward lifetime giving and volunteering. And then serving, building relationships toward the people that you serve being donors and volunteers. Everything's important, but let's talk about donors. Super important because they fund you. Now, a lot of people, they go out looking for rich people. And I want to let you know that your donors do not have to be rich. In fact, if you nurture and cultivate the people that you serve with the expectation that they will someday be donors, it will work out. So remember, your donors are important. They don't have to be rich. They have to be people who care about your mission, because as in my past teachings, people give to what they care about. And if they have the same mission that you do, then they will give to your mission. Remember, if you've ever heard any of my webinars or past teachings, I teach that you may have a mission, but not necessarily the money. And there are people who believe in your mission and have the money, and you want to make it a sweet match. And then also a fundraising plan. Ask yourself, do you know 50 people who have $100? There's your $5,000 fundraising plan right there. Working with donors and fundraising does not have to be complicated when you're first starting out. And also, you may have to do some things concurrently, like serve your target population and outreach. So that's where you are going to get people to help you. So again, in this mini teaching lesson, the most important things are your mission, that's your purpose, donors, and with your donors, you're going to build relationships toward lifetime giving and volunteering, and serving, build relationships toward being donors and volunteers. That's the people that you serve. Build relationships along the way while you're serving them toward being donors and volunteers. Thank you very much for listening, and you can connect with me on social media. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Pinterest, or you can visit my website. Take care now.